Imagine this for a moment. A 71-year-old man named William passes away peacefully in his sleep on a Sunday morning. He leaves behind a daughter he adored, two grandchildren he spoiled, and a 401k account with $400,000 sitting inside it. His will is crystal clear. Every penny goes to his daughter. 3 weeks later, his daughter sits at the kitchen table with the plan administrator on speakerphone. She's holding her father's will in her shaking hands, and she hears the voice on the other end of the line say something she cannot believe. "Ma'am, I'm so sorry. The entire balance has already been distributed to the named beneficiary on file, your father's first wife, the one he divorced 31 years ago." His daughter goes silent. She thinks there must be a mistake. The will says everything goes to her. The divorce decree from 1995 said her father's ex got nothing. She has the papers right in front of her, but it doesn't matter, not one bit. Because of a small piece of paper her father signed in 1989 and never updated. If your heart just sank reading that, please don't go anywhere, because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes could protect your family from this exact tragedy and possibly hand you tens of thousands of dollars in Social Security benefits you didn't even know you were entitled to. Hello, my dear friend. I am Jesselyn. I'm a senior policy analyst, and for years I've been helping retirees just like you navigate the federal rules that quietly destroy families and inheritances when nobody is paying attention. Today, on The Pension Guardian, I'm going to walk you through two simple forms, just two, that the vast majority of American retirees forget. One of them can send your entire life savings to an ex-spouse you haven't seen in decades. The other can give you up to $100,000 or more in Social Security benefits you may have no idea exist. And please stay with me until the very end, because there is one hidden mistake that combines both forms, a mistake that has cost some retirees more than $500,000. I'll reveal it in the final minutes of this video. Once you understand it, you'll never look at a beneficiary form the same way again. So pour yourself a cup of coffee. Get comfortable. Let me tell you two stories. The first story is about William. William was a chemical engineer. He worked for a major corporation for 34 years. In 1989, when he was 42 years old, he opened his 401k savings plan and filled out a beneficiary form. On that form, he wrote one name, his wife at the time, Linda. They had been married for 6 years. He thought he'd be married to her forever. In 1995, William and Linda divorced. The divorce decree was thorough. Linda waived all rights to William's retirement accounts. She signed the papers. The judge signed the papers. William put the papers in a folder in his desk drawer and moved on with his life. He remarried in 1998. He built a new life. He raised his daughter from his first marriage and welcomed 2 grandchildren. He updated his will. He paid for his daughter's college. He made every reasonable plan a good father would make. But William never went back to his employer's HR office. He never asked for a new beneficiary form. He never wrote his daughter's name in place of Linda's. When William died in 2026, his 401k had grown to $400,000. The plan administrator looked at the form on file. It said Linda, his ex-wife from 1995. By federal law, the administrator had no choice. The entire balance was sent to Linda. His daughter got nothing. I want you to know, this is not a made-up story. The real version of this case went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. In 2009, the Supreme Court ruled unanimously, 9 justices to 0, that the beneficiary form on file always wins, even over a divorce decree, even over a waiver, even over a will. The case was called Kennedy versus DuPont, and it set the rule for every retirement plan in America. The Internal Revenue Service confirms it. The Department of Labor confirms it. AARP confirms it. The lesson is this: when you fill out a beneficiary form for a 401k, an IRA, a pension, or a life insurance policy, you are signing a contract. That contract overrides your will. It overrides your trust. It overrides the divorce decree. The only way to change that contract is to fill out a new beneficiary form and submit it to the plan administrator. Period. Now let me tell you the second story. This one is about Patricia. Patricia is 68 years old. She lives alone in a small apartment in Phoenix. She was married for 22 years to a man named Richard. They divorced in 2008. Richard kept his good career as a corporate accountant. Patricia, who had stayed home for most of the marriage to raise their 3 children, struggled to find steady work after the divorce. She picked up part-time jobs. She cleaned houses. She did her best. When Patricia turned 62, she went to the Social Security office and applied for her own retirement benefit. It came out to $720 a month. She felt embarrassed. She felt small. She thought that was all she would ever get. What Patricia did not know is that Richard had been a high earner his whole life. And under federal Social Security rules, because Patricia was married to Richard for more than 10 years, she was entitled to a benefit equal to up to half of his primary insurance amount. Richard's benefit was $3,200 a month. Half of that, $1,600, was the amount Patricia could have been collecting. Instead, she collected $720 for 6 full years before a friend at church mentioned the rule. 6 years. That is more than $63,000 in Social Security benefits Patricia walked away from because she never filed one simple form. That form is called Form SSA-2. It is the application for spouses or divorced spouses benefits. It is free. You can request it at any Social Security office by phone at 1-800-772-1213 or online at ssa.gov. Now, let me tell you the rules in plain English. To collect Social Security benefits on a former spouse's record, you must meet 5 conditions. 1, you must be at least 62 years old. 2, the marriage must have lasted at least 10 years. 3, your ex must be entitled to Social Security retirement or disability benefits. 4, your own Social Security benefit must be less than the ex-spouse benefit. 5, you must currently be unmarried. That's it. If you meet those 5 conditions, you may be entitled to up to 50% of your ex's benefit while they are alive, and up to 100% of their benefit if they pass away before you. Your ex is not notified. Your ex's benefit does not go down. Their current spouse's benefit does not go down. None of it affects them in any way. The money comes from federal Social Security funds. And here is the hardest part to swallow. If you are entitled to this benefit but you wait years to claim it, you can only collect 6 months of back pay. The rest is forfeited, permanently. Every month you wait is money you can never recover. Now let me give you the 3 exact actions every retiree should take this week. Step 1, make a list of every account that has a beneficiary form attached to it. Your 401k, your IRA, your pension, your annuity, your life insurance policies. If you worked for the federal government, your TSP, your FEGLI life insurance, and your FERS or CSRS pension. Each one of these requires a separate beneficiary form. There is no master form. There is no central registry. You must request a copy of the current beneficiary designation from each account separately. Call the plan administrator. Ask in writing, please send me a copy of my current beneficiary designation on file. Most administrators will mail or email it to you within 2 weeks. Until you see the name on that form with your own eyes, you do not actually know who your beneficiary is. Step 2. If you are divorced, were married for at least 10 years, are at least 62, and have not remarried, visit SSA.gov, log into your My Social Security account, and request an estimate of your potential divorced spouse benefit. The Social Security Administration also has a free spouse benefit calculator at ssa.gov, OAC, Quick Calc, Spouse, HTML. If the estimated benefit is higher than your current Social Security check, file Form SSA-2 immediately. Bring your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, your divorce decree, and your W-2s. The Social Security office will tell you on the spot whether you qualify. Step 3. If you are still going through a divorce or you know someone who is, make sure both the QDRO and the beneficiary form are handled separately. A QDRO is the court order that divides a retirement account at the time of divorce. It does not control what happens when you die. The beneficiary form controls that. Both documents are necessary. Your divorce attorney will probably handle the QDRO. The beneficiary form is your responsibility. Do not assume the lawyer is doing it. Now, before I let you go, I promised I would reveal the one hidden mistake that combines both forms, the mistake that has cost retirees more than $500,000. Here it is. Many retirees, after a divorce, fail to update their beneficiary forms, and they also fail to file Form SSA-2 to claim what they're owed. They lose money in both directions at once. Their ex-spouse inherits the retirement account they spent 40 years building, while at the same time, they miss out on Social Security benefits worth tens of thousands of dollars over their lifetime. It's a double loss, and it is completely preventable. I have seen retirees discover in their 70s that their first spouse from 1985 is still the named beneficiary on a pension worth 6 figures. I have seen retirees realize in their 80s that they could have been collecting a divorced spouse Social Security benefit for 2 decades. The pain on their faces is something I will never forget. They thought the divorce decree handled it. They thought the will handled it. They thought somebody, somewhere, was paying attention to these details on their behalf. Nobody was, nobody is, only you can fix it. My friends, this is one of the most important conversations a retiree can have. The IRS will not call you. The Social Security Administration will not call you. Your plan administrator will not call you. The information is there, but you have to ask for it. Please do not rely only on YouTube notifications for important updates like this. Go directly to the official sources: SSA.gov for Social Security questions, IRS.gov for tax and retirement plan rules, AARP.org for plain English guides, the Department of Labor at DL.gov for ERISA plan questions. Bookmark them, check them. And if this video helped you, if you learned even one thing that could protect your family or claim money you're owed, please share it with another senior in your life. Send it to your sister. Send it to your friend who is going through a divorce. Send it to the neighbor who just lost his wife and doesn't know what to do next. Because the truth is, most retirees in America will never learn these two rules until the money is already gone. You deserve better than that. Your family deserves better than that. I am Jocelyn. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Take care of your paperwork, take care of your family, and I will see you in the next video right here on The Pension Guardian.